Unfortunately, this movie isn't playing in theaters anymore, which sucks. I was really looking forward to seeing this again before it was out. Yeah, if you see what I mean, the posters are still here even though the movie is not in theaters anymore. Actually, come to think of it, I think they also got rid of the bad guys too. So I don't know. Alright, so the kiosk out in the front didn't work, so I had to get this from the ticket counter itself, so that's why I didn't show the clip of me getting the tickets from the kiosk from outside. So with that said, let's head on in. Doesn't look like a real movie, honestly. It's not until you see the A24 logo that you know it is. Even that doesn't look like a real poster, honestly.
I can use your expertise.
All three of them are incredible fun.
You made a promise. We're doing this here. Yeah. What?
Everybody hold on to somebody.
Let's say Jurassic World is really operational right now, and you got the chance to go to the park. Gates open. What is the first attraction you're running to?
Whichever.
Hello there, Mr. Sun. It's actually a really nice day outside, like really, really nice. It's been in the 90s all week long, but it's now like in the 60s right now. This is good summer weather. It's really good summer weather, so... Okay, maybe not summer weather, but spring weather, but in the summertime, but I'll take it. I mean, why not? It's nice out. No rain expected. It's nice to be out here. I wish I could say that about the movie I saw. I just saw Lightyear, and needless to say, I was very disappointed by it. I just did a quick review. The short should already be up by this point, but I'm going to go further into my review later tonight, but I was very disappointed by it. I mean, I was looking forward to this movie a lot, but what people are saying about it, most of it, is pretty much true. It's a really unnecessary movie. It's a boring movie. The animation looks nice. Chris Evans does a pretty good job as Buzz Lightyear, and I like the character of Socks, but I mean, the rest of it is just not a good movie. It's just boring, and what they do to Zurg in this movie, I gave up on it after that point. So yeah, like it's like what they did to Zurg with this movie and the twist that they had in here. It was just like, okay, I'm done at this point. It's just like, I was bored by it. I was very disappointed by it. It was just, like I said, I'm going to delve more into it later tonight, but as you can see, we're to Best Buy, and we're going to see what they have in there. Maybe turn this day around. Even though this is a really nice day, look at that. Hardly any clouds in the sky. Nice, not humid. As you hear, like, I guess that's a truck going through the bridge or something, but anyway, yeah, it's a really nice day outside. And here I am going to Best Buy, so there it is, everybody's favorite movie, Morbius, even though they got one copy of the 4K left, one copy of the Blu-ray, but a ton of steelbooks. So you know that I'm not getting my hands on that. Sorry, I'm not getting involved with the Morbius bandwagon. Sorry. A new Marvel legend arrives. My ass. Like, why? Why do people want to defend this movie, but they won't defend other movies that are much better than this? Just look at this. Oh. Yeah, staying away from that one, so... Doesn't look like there's anything else new over here. What about on the other side? Mostly just the same stuff from before, pretty much. Stuff I already have. Check the new release section. Yeah, screw Morbius. This is the real big new release of the week. Raiders of the Lost Ark on Steelbook. And I'll talk more about this later on, because I did get this in the mail this past week, so I'll definitely talk about that when I show you what I got the last week. As I will this movie, because I got this on Mercari for a good price, and I'll talk about that whenever I show you everything I picked up at the end of the video. Other than that, though, it doesn't look like there's really a whole lot here. Nothing that really intrigues me right away, but I'll keep looking. And just like that, we're back to normal. Nothing in Best Buy that I needed to get. And I wasn't jumping on the Morbius bandwagon. Sorry, I'm just not going to do that. But I paid my bill off, so that's one thing. Other than that, though, nothing in there that I needed to get. So let's keep going then, shall we? Alright, on to the next stop of the day, and that is Barnes & Noble. All the Arrow titles are 50% off. And I actually did find something I'm looking for. Wild Things on Blu-ray. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. There's the 4K one. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Definitely going to keep looking around. There's To Sleep with Anger. I actually just talked about this trailer for the movie on Time About the Movies this past week. So now that I know that it's here, I just gotta wait for the Criterion sale that happens. That might be one I'll definitely pick up. I actually didn't see this over at Best Buy. Ambulance came out last week on Blu-ray. I actually heard some decent things about this movie. I don't know, that might be one I'll wait for it to come down in price, but I'm kind of curious about that one, especially since it actually got better reviews than most Michael Bay movies have done. And like when he makes smaller movies, they're usually better. Why did this become a hit? Why? This is a terrible show. I didn't know this came out this week. I actually was interested in checking this out on HBO Max. 25 bucks. Might be tempting. And I look over here and I see this. I actually just bought the Blu-ray off of eBay, so that should be coming pretty soon. I actually paid around that price for it. Here's something I completely forgot that came out this week. The Witches, the Robert Zemeckis one from a couple years ago. I actually like this movie. I mean, it's definitely not as good as the original, which is right here. Definitely not as good as that one, but I liked it. Well, they went for it here, $16.99. I think I can get it cheaper at Target, so I might go there afterwards to pick this up. Here's a place I haven't been to in a long time. Half Price Books. It's been a couple months, actually, so let's go ahead and see what they have inside here. Maybe they'll have something good. Okay, so going through the DVDs here, I found Henry and June, which I just talked about in Time About the Movies this week. I think on the same episode I talked about To Sleep with Anger. So I might be getting that, and then we have an NC-17 movie, and then we go to the complete opposite end of the spectrum with a bunch of Disney titles. Sleeping Beauty for $3. James and the Giant Peach for $6 with this nice looking slipcover. This Garfield set for $20. This Lion King set for $20. And then this unopened Garfield Holiday Celebration set. It really is a nice day outside. Like, it's not warm, it's not humid. It's only in the 60s, so close to 70 right now. Hardly a cloud in the sky. I know I already did this before, but I just can't help it, man. It's just a nice day to get out and walk around. Really nice day out. Nah, you can grab that one if you want to. Yep.
I'll get that one.
This Target is also having a buy two get one free sale on movies, music, and books, so hopefully I can find the movie I'm looking for, but these are new floors. Just gotta find the movie section. Oh, baby stuff. There it is. And I already see what I'm looking for. There's another movie I'm looking for, Fatherhood. No, I'm not getting on the Morbius bandwagon, damn it. So there's the sale going on, buy two, get one free. Hopefully these are part of it. Alrighty guys, we're back home now, and I'll tell you this, at Target, the buy two, get one free sale, it didn't work on the stuff I bought, unfortunately, so I did end up getting the stuff, though, but unfortunately the sale didn't go through. I think it only has to be... I thought it only had to be new releases, because that's what it said on the sale tag, but when I took it up to the register, and I told the lady about it, she said it was only the one box set I have, because that was a TV show that was part of the deal or something like that. I don't know. It was very confusing, and I would have said something, but there was already a line behind us, and I didn't want to hold up everybody, and we just got out of there real quickly. We were only going in and out, unfortunately. So, yeah. So I'll delve into that when we get to the stuff I bought there in just a second. But let me show you the stuff I picked up over the last week. And I apparently have a new obsession now. It's collecting custom video cassettes, because I did it again. The goggles do nothing. I got this off of eBay, the Radioactive Man movie, of course, with Milhouse and Rainier Wolfcastle. And this tape is literally just a hodgepodge of jokes and homages for the Radioactive Man episode of The Simpsons. Like you can see right there, Krustaloo Studios, of course, Krusty's TV studio, the PG-13 rating, profane use of Jiminy Jillikers and acid burns. And they really went all in on this, because as you can see from the tape, yeah, it looks like a tape from Warner Brothers, and even has an MCA Universal type of logo, type of sticker on the here, like when the early MCA Universal home videos and MCA home videos had like the sticker on the end there. There's apparently something on here, and I don't know what it is, but I haven't watched it yet. I have a working VCR here. I'd have to set it all up, because I haven't used it in a couple of years, but yeah, too good to pass up on for only $15. The Radioactive Man movie. You can still get it on eBay. I'll put a link to the person that I bought this from below in the comment section. Not the comment section, the description. And then these I got from Etsy from Matinee Studios, and admittingly I really don't need these, but I thought they were just too cool. I couldn't pass them up. They're blank custom covers for the Jurassic World trilogy. You've got Jurassic World, first one, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and then the newest one, Jurassic World Dominion. And what I like about these is that they have like these cool looking spines right here. The covers are very nice. Like I said, like the back one there is pretty cool. But if you open these inside here, there's like different stickers inside of here. So you got this one here, Feed Your VCR, Matinee Studios. And then in the Fallen Kingdom one, I love VHS, which I do. I still like VHS. A lot of my stuff I have taped off of TV is VHS. And then this one is a videotape, which kind of looks like the Nickelodeon orange tapes that they used to have, but yeah, that's Matinee Studios. They have a lot of these on their website, on their Etsy store, and I think they're also on eBay too. I'll go ahead and put a link to their stuff down below as well, so you can go check them out for yourselves. Altogether, these were about $30, although if you bought these separately, I think they were $20. So I saved a lot of money on these. So there you go, the Jurassic World VHS sets. So that's those. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the movies I got over the last week. And I did say that I got this earlier in the week at Best Buy, and I did, from Amazon. Raiders of the Lost Ark, the new Steelbook, which looks a lot better than what Best Buy gave out last year. Which this will go great with the new Steelbook set that I have here. In fact, let me go get it right now. So here it is right here. This is a custom Steelbook set I got made from somebody on Mercari who actually made a Back to the Future one that I actually got signed by Christopher Lloyd a couple months ago. I'll put a link to the video where I show that off, but check this out. Indiana Jones, the Steelbook set, the custom set. So there's all that. And it actually has room for 5 movies here, because we've got the 5th movie coming out next summer. And currently in here right now is the Indiana Jones Steelbook set I got a couple of years ago. And since it looks like Paramount's going to release the entire series on these nice looking Steelbooks, this actually comes with a original poster from when the movie came out in '81. I figure I definitely should get this, because they're going to be doing other ones. I think Temple of Doom's next month. Last Crusade is in August. Probably means that Crystal Skull is going to be coming in September. my guesstimation, but yeah, definitely a lot better than the ones that they had last year. And this is a better looking steelbook set because the steelbook set that they had at Best Buy was not compressed and all that, but was compressed. It was too compressed because the shelving right there was not sturdy. But these are actually much more sturdier than what the Best Buy steelbook set had. So I had to go ahead and get that. So yeah, that's going to be an addition to the collection there. Looking forward to getting the other ones as well. I got the Northman. I told you I got it off of Mercari, and I only paid $6 for it because I had some extra money from stuff that I sold on there. So I put it towards this, and I paid the $6 with the rest of the money. And for $6 for a new copy of this, I couldn't pass it up. I keep hearing a lot of good things about this one, so I'm definitely going to check that out. Next up, Daria the movie. Is it fall yet? I also have Is It College Yet coming in a couple of days. I only bought this because these movies are not on Paramount Plus, but after I bought these, I soon realized that I have the complete series set and they're on there as well. But I do think these are different. These have different versions that are on that Daria complete series set. So, either way, it worked out in the end. I'm gonna get more of the original version of this than I would have gotten with the complete series set. And last, from the Amazon pickups, we have one of the other new releases this week, King Tweety, which it looks very corny, it looks very cheesy, but it's the Looney Tunes. It's a new animated movie from them. I got to see what it is. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, I'm looking forward to checking it out. Plus, you also get some bonus episodes, I think, from the Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries, which I think only the first season's been out on DVD, but I don't think any of the other seasons have, but I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I know a lot of people probably wouldn't, but that's just what I'm going to do. So those are the pickups from Amazon. Let me go ahead and show you all the stuff I picked up earlier today. I'll start with the stuff I got at Half Price Books since I already have it right here. Most of the stuff you already saw. I did put some stuff back because I didn't need them, and mostly because I wasn't really going to get anything. Because some of them I was going to try to sell on eBay, but this I am selling on eBay. Garfield's Holiday Celebration. This is the original release from 2004, still brand new, factory sealed, and I already have this on DVD in my own collection. And I figure, you know what? Rare DVD. This probably has some money to it, so I'll see if I can sell it. I should be able to sell it because, of course, who doesn't love Garfield? And then on the totally radically different spectrum, we have Henry and June, which, of course, is the first NC-17 movie ever made. I actually talked about this on Time About the Movies recently. It's a pretty good movie, and I figured for $10, why not pick it up? I don't have a copy of it. I don't think it's available on Blu-ray, but it is definitely a very good movie, a very underrated movie with Fred Ward in it, Uma Thurman, and Maria de Medeiros from Pulp Fiction. Really good movie. If you haven't seen it, I'd say definitely check it out, but keep the kids away. But bring the kids back for these movies, because I got James and the Giant Peach, which I don't have on DVD or Blu-ray, and I picked this one up because it has the nice sleeve to it for only $6, so figured why not pick it up. And then I saw this, and I don't really need it, but I grabbed it anyway. So I got the Lion King Collector's DVD gift set, which I actually saw this on Mercari for $35. I got it for $20. I really don't need it for my collection, but I do love the Lion King movie, and I haven't seen this in public before, so look at the stuff you get in there. You get the original first edition of the Lion King on DVD. You get a thing of collector portrait drawings from different characters, and you get this book, The Lion King, the special edition, The Journey, which I believe is a behind-the-scenes book about how the movie got made. So, yeah, for something I would have thought about paying $35 for on Mercari, I only found it there for $20, and couldn't pass up on that. So, that's the stuff from Half Price Books. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stuff from Barnes & Noble, because you pretty much already saw what I got there, and I got the stuff from the Arrow Video 50% off sale they were having. So let me go ahead and just run through these real quick. I got Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and that ended up being $20. That's a movie that not a lot of people really like. I think it's okay. I think it is a very stylistic movie. It's very much in the same tone as Bram Stoker's Dracula, which Francis Ford Coppola directed. He also produced this one. Definitely has its moments, and it's going to look pretty good on Blu-ray. So there's that. I thought I had this one. I don't have this one on Blu-ray. 12 Monkeys, classic movie. Bruce Willis, Madeline Stowe, one of Brad Pitt's breakout roles, directed by Terry Gilliam. Couldn't pass this up on Blu-ray. And then this recently just came out. Wild Things on Blu-ray, which is got Kevin Bacon, Matt Dillon, Nev Campbell, Denise Richards, Bill Murray. Just a great cast, great movie overall, great '90s movie. Just had to pick it up on Blu-ray. It was too good, it was too good of a price to pass up on. $25 for that. 12 Monkeys was $20 after the 50% off sale. I do wish there was more that they had there. They had Southland Tales, but the thing was already open, so I didn't know if it was. I didn't know what was going on with that. I didn't know if I wanted to mess with it. So, unfortunately, there wasn't a whole lot of Arrow Blu-ray titles on the except on the shelf. But you really had to dig deep to find them. So I didn't really get a chance to go through all of them and found anything all that interesting. But we'll still do just fine. Wild Things, 12 Monkeys, and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And last but not least, I went to Target, of course, and I found a movie that I forgot came out this week, but I really wanted to have in my collection because I actually saw this last year, and I actually did really like it. And it's the Fatherhood with Kevin Hart. It also has DeWanda Wise, Alfre Woodard, and Little Ro Howe. I saw this on Netflix last year when it came on there, and I overall really enjoyed it. I forgot that it even came out on Blu-ray. I knew it came out, but I didn't see it at Best Buy, I didn't see it at Barnes & Noble, and when I went to go look for the other thing I went in there to look for, it was there at Target. I picked it up. I figured, why not? I like this movie enough to pick it up and own it. Very good movie. If you haven't seen this movie, definitely check it out. It's a very good dramatic performance by Kevin Hart that's very underrated in this. It's a fun movie. Very well-made film. But that was only $20, by the way. This was only $10, and I'm glad I waited to go to Target to pick it up. I did get the new Witches movie. Like I said, it was only $10 compared to what it was at Barnes & Noble, which was $17. I'd say I made a good decision on that front. So, got that as well. Like I said, I do like that movie. I don't think it's anywhere near as good as the original with Angelica Houston, but I don't think it deserves the hate that it gets from most people because I don't know. Robert Zemeckis has gotten a lot of hate for his movies recently. I still like his movies a lot. And then I really didn't need to get this because I knew I probably wasn't going to get the buy two get one free sale, but I figured, you know what? Might as well have an extra copy while I need it. Plus, it's my first time seeing this in public. The Boys seasons 1 and 2 on DVD. Actually, I take that back. I saw that at Barnes & Noble, but this is actually much cheaper at Target. I got it for $25 there, and I also have the Blu-ray coming, which I won on eBay. That I haven't seen on public, so. But it's a nice looking set. You got Carl Urban on the front. You also have Homewrecker on the back of this one with the Soups, Boys, and of course you get 2 seasons in here. Try to get this out without ruining the disc. There we go. So there is the inside artwork, and there 2 seasons for 2 seasons for $25. That's too good of a deal to pass up on. And this is a really good show. This is a really good show, and I'm glad that we have Amazon Prime Video so I can watch it on there and not have to rip it off. Because I actually have a version of The Boys Season 1 that I actually bought at the Steel City Con years ago. And now I can finally get rid of that one because I have a legitimate copy now. So, there you go. That's all the stuff I got from today. So, that's everything from Target, Half Price Books, and Barnes & Noble. So, with that said, though, let's get on to the movie review, and that is for Disney Pixar's Lightyear. So let's talk about Disney Pixar's Lightyear. This is, of course, the spin-off movie with Buzz Lightyear, the real Buzz Lightyear, not the toy, the man that inspired the toy, because as the trailers and the marketing recently has said, this is Andy's favorite movie, and this is the movie that influenced his mother to get him the toy for his birthday. And the rest is history. That's how we got the Toy Story movies to launch. And Chris Evans is in the role of Buzz Lightyear in this movie. And the trailers for this movie were very promising. They did a great job using David Bowie's Starman in those trailers. The animation looks incredible. Of course, Chris Evans, you got that leading the voice cast. Chris Evans is usually going to be a ton of fun in movies. And there was a lot of high hopes going into this, especially for me, because I was really excited to see this movie. I was really pumped, was really excited. When the slow word of mouth started to come out that the movie wasn't really all that good, I got worried. And I finally saw the movie, and I hate to say this, but my worries were they were necessary because, man, this movie sucked. This movie just, it pains me to say this because I was really looking forward to this movie so much, and the fact that it disappointed me the way that it did, I can't believe it. I can't believe Pixar would reduce themselves to a low that I haven't seen since Cars 2 and The Good Dinosaur, aka Diet Land Before Time. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now with this movie. I will start with the positive things because I do have positive things about this movie. There were scenes in here that I did very much enjoy, even in the parts where I thought the movie really cratered off the course. The animation overall is incredible. The animation overall in this movie is fantastic. It looks just as good as the trailers do. I'm so glad I got to see this on the big screen because this is the way to see these movies on a big screen. And Chris Evans, he does a very good job in this movie. He does a very good job as Buzz Lightyear because a lot of people are complaining about how Tim Allen isn't back for this, but you people need to realize that this is not the movie about Buzz Lightyear the toy. This is the movie about Buzz Lightyear the person who inspired the toy. This is a different Buzz Lightyear than the Tim Allen Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story movies. And Chris Evans does a pretty good job. He does a good job getting the infections, getting the vocal tone that he needs to be kind of like Tim Allen, but not just a carbon copy of Tim Allen. And I like the character of Socks. I thought he was a ton of fun. I thought he was going to be one of the funnier things about this movie, where everybody thought he was going to be the worst thing about the movie, but he wasn't. Every time he was on screen, every time he was there, he lifted the film up a bit. He was really one of the best things about the movie. And but other than that, though, this movie was just dull. It was just dull on so many levels. Like, okay, maybe I'm being a little too harsh, but I will give it this. The first 2/3 I thought were just okay. But considering everything that they had been building up to that point, I was expecting a lot better and a lot more with it. But I don't hate the first 2/3. I'm disappointed by them because I thought we were going to get so much more from them. They have some interesting ideas in there too. I like this idea that every time that Buzz goes into hyperspace, a different set of years passes by, like 4 years, and then it's 8 years, 16 years, so on and so forth, that kind of thing. I like this. I like that every time he comes back, all the characters have aged. Some of the characters have have grown to have families. People have died. New people have come in. I like that idea. I like that concept that they have. But really the movie itself is just, it's bland. It's bland for a sci-fi movie. It's bland for a Pixar movie. And one of the things that just really irks me right off the bat was them saying with the title card in the beginning, in 1995, a young boy named Andy got a Buzz Lightyear toy inspired by his favorite movie. This is that movie. And I'm thinking about, and when you watch this movie, all I could think to myself is, this is not the movie that made Andy want to get a Buzz Lightyear toy. Like, really nothing about this movie feels like a film that was made in 1995 or even 1986. If you want to see what the people behind the movie have been saying, I think they've been saying that this film was released in the 80s, supposed to take place in the 90s or something like that. It's one of the very confusing things about this. And it's also makes no sense because nothing really happens in this movie that would make me want to say that, yeah, this is the movie that I can believe that Andy would really be in love with Buzz Lightyear. This is what would make him want to get a toy. Because, really, if anything is going to make Andy want to get a Buzz Lightyear toy, it's probably the Buzz Lightyear animated series they did in the 2000s. Like, the one that apparently Disney doesn't like, or Pixar doesn't like, because for some reason, because they won't put it on Disney Plus. You can very rarely find copies on video and DVD. They haven't released it on Blu-ray. It only shows up on TV maybe once in a while. I remember it was on when Toy Story 3 was coming out, back when Freeform was ABC Family. But other than that, though, like, to me, that's what the type of show that would make Andy want to get a Buzz Lightyear toy so much, because they explored more worlds. There's more characters in there, likable characters. There's more universes that are being built. There's only one planet in this entire movie. They only go to one planet throughout this entire movie, and it's just like nothing really happens on this planet. What's the big threat in this movie before we get to the main threat, kill alien vines, and bugs. That's it. That's really all it is. And it's just like, okay, are you gonna emphasize? Are you gonna get into more than that, or? And they hardly ever become a thing in the actual movie until we get to Zurg's part, which I'll delve into that because that's just a whole other story altogether. But yeah, for the first 2/3, I just thought it was okay. There was never a moment where I really felt like this is fun. This is a great adventure. I never really felt that with this movie, and I mean, for the most part, it's okay. It's not bad or anything. It's just okay, and I think that's not really something I was expecting from this movie. But again, this movie doesn't really feel like a movie that was made in the 80s or 90s. This movie feels like a 2022 movie is made for today instead of one that's made for back in the 80s and 90s. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And there's been this controversy about a scene where one of the main characters is a lesbian, and they have a same-sex kiss scene, which is really not a big deal at all. I mean, how many times are we going to have this argument that this is not a big deal at all? We don't need to make a controversy out of it. It's literally 2 seconds. It's literally 2 seconds where they have that kiss. And then there's another scene before that where you see the couple holding hands, and it's just like, okay, this really isn't a big deal. We need to stop making this a big deal, guys. It's just like, it's like they're just trying to find something to go after this movie. It's just, and just Disney in general. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal whatsoever, and there's no reason why we need to be having this growing controversy about this every single time a movie does something where a character is gay, or this is the first movie with a gay character. It's just like, do we really need that? Like, is that really necessary? It's just like, okay, yeah, they're gay, so is that going to play a part in the story? No? Okay, well, just move on then. I mean, I don't have a problem with gay characters I don't have a problem with gay characters in animated movies or movies in general, but you need to stop acting like every single time that we get a movie, you have to use that as a way to promote your movie. And it's just like, if it's not going to play a part in the story, it really doesn't matter. Like, be gay if you want to. Just don't make it a big deal when a character shows up for like 2 seconds, and then you just have to make this big deal about how they're gay and all that. Like I said, I don't have a problem whatsoever. It's just, it bothers me that we made that the universe made that into a controversy recently. But I really didn't like most of the other characters. The only characters besides Buzz and Socks that I really got into were Alicia and her granddaughter Izzy, both played by Uzor Duba and Kiki Palmer. They were very good. Taika Waititi really doesn't have a whole lot there. He plays like one of the other recruits working with Izzy, but the other person doesn't really have a whole lot of impact there. Dale Souls as the Darby, but yeah, most of the characters in here are just kind of bland. They're really and that's just part of the reason why I really don't like this, is that it's bland. Like there's nothing really here that makes me believe that this is a movie that takes place is supposed to be released in the 90s, because there's nothing really in here that says this is a movie that's made in the 90s but it released in 2022. This whole movie feels like something from 2022. I feel like if you took that framing device off of it, replaced Buzz Lightyear with somebody else, you probably would have had a much better movie. But nope, it's got to be the movie that inspired Andy to get the toy. So, and that really, I think, is where a lot of it's one of the many problems with the movie. My biggest flaw with the movie, it's the thing that just made me say, okay, there's no coming back from this. When they introduced Zurg, of course, Zurg is supposed to be the villain, evil Emperor Zurg. He's not an evil emperor in this movie. Get this. So there's a scene where Buzz gets abducted by Zurg, and then he reveals who he is. And it turns out, it's Buzz Lightyear from an alternate timeline. And it's just like, really? We're really doing this? It turns out he's a Buzz from an alternate timeline where he escaped, where it was a successful hyperspace test, but he escaped the Star Command people who were upset that he went on the mission, and it just makes no sense. And it's just like, you really took the main villain of the movie, the Emperor. You really took the main villain for Buzz Lightyear and you turned him into nothing but another copy of of the hero, and it's just like, it's bad. It's bad writing, and I know they did this in the Lego Movie too, but the main bad guy was not a character that was already pre-established. This is a character that's been pre-established as the main villain, and in this movie, it's just like nope, he's actually an alternate version of the main character. It's just like, oh my god, when that happened, I was so upset. I walked out of the theater for a little bit. I really thought about walking out after that, because it was just like, come on, man, enough with this. Just, I pulled through, and the movie, and the third act really is the worst part about this movie, and the part that makes me say that this is a really bad movie, because after the third act starts, it just rushes it to get out of there. It's just like, okay, we pretty much accomplished what we needed to do, so here we go, blah blah blah. It's blah 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 exposition. Let's set up a sequel that probably will never happen now, considering that this movie is not doing so well. And it's just like, movie's over. Thanks for watching. And here's 3 more cutscenes for the post-credit scenes that make no sense whatsoever. Well, okay, I take that back a little bit. They do connect to the movie itself, but I don't know, man. I mean, just I thought when I heard there were going to be 3 cutscenes, 3 post-credit scenes. I keep saying cutscenes. When I heard that they were going to do 3 post-credit scenes, I thought we were going to get at least one that maybe ties it back into the original Toy Story, like Andy is watching the end of the movie and his mother comes into the room, his bedroom, and it's just, and sees like all her watching the movie and thinking, maybe I should get him a toy based off of the Buzz Lightyear character or something like that. So at least tie it back into Toy Story, but just as it is, it's just like, the 3 credit sequences they have here are not really all that exciting. They really are not. They're just like, here's one with Burnside. Here's one with the robot that they were using here. Here's a tease at the very end of the movie, like after the Pixar logo goes by. It's Zurg surviving the explosion. It's just like, come on. Like, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated by this movie, and I really don't want to say what I'm about to say here, but because I've seen movies that are much worse than this movie, but this is really right up there with one of the worst movies of the year. It's definitely one of Pixar's worst movies ever made. I don't think it's as... I mean, I'll say this. It's not as bad as Cars 2. It's not as bad as Good Dinosaur. It's just not a good movie, especially after all that build-up they had for it. The trailers, the animation, the cast, everything was going for it, and this really is a live-action Disney remake in disguise when you really think about it, except they just replaced the live-action, just made it a CG, because really, you could replace this with live actors, and it would be pretty much the same thing. It probably would be different if they didn't have the Toy Story, the framing device at the beginning where it's about the Toy Story thing, but no, I'd probably get the same thing. I mean, it's just like, I'm probably not making any sense right now, but honestly, this movie made me frustrated, and it's a sad frustration because I expect a lot better from Pixar. I expect a lot better from Disney, but they really screwed the pooch on this one. This was just a terrible movie. I mean, it has its moments. It has elements that I did like about it, but there were just so many things about it that just didn't work at all. Didn't work for me, and just the way that it's confusing. The script is the biggest problem that this movie has, and then trying to connect it back to Toy Story the way they do, it just doesn't work. And what they do to Zurg at the end, that was the last straw for me. There's no way this movie's gonna turn me around afterward. But yeah, like, I'm very disappointed. I'm frustrated. I'm disappointed. Frustration, anger, regret is what I like to think of it as. Think I'm in right now, but I know I probably haven't making too much sense here, but I'm baffled. I'm frustrated with this. I expect a lot better from this company, and it's just like, I just didn't like this movie. I know a lot of people are probably saying the same thing I am. Like, I've seen reviews that say pretty much a lot of what I've been saying. Like, it's definitely not one of their best movies, and it's not surprising that it's not doing so well right now. For a movie like this to really work, you almost have to just go do a solo thing. Do it on your own. Don't even bring up Toy Story until maybe the very end. Not to start off at the beginning and say, this is the movie that made Andy want the toy. And it's just like, I seriously doubt he would want the toy after watching this movie. Like, nothing about this would make me want to get a Buzz Lightyear toy afterward. So really, just to sum it all up, Lightyear really is a really bad movie. It's a movie that has great animation to it. Chris Evans, I think, really does work as Buzz Lightyear. And I like the character of Socks. That's really the only three things I really liked about this movie. Granted, there are some scenes in between where I do appreciate what they did. I did like a lot of those scenes, but... well, most of those scenes, but... a lot of the movie really is not very, very good. Like, I was really disappointed coming out of that movie theater. There was nothing about what I saw that made me get excited at any point. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work as a movie, as overall. Like, they really screwed the pooch on this one. This is probably going to end up as one of my worst movies of the year. And I can't believe I'm even saying this after what we got in terms of the marketing and everything that was building up to this, but it's a mess. It's a mess of a movie, and I really have to be honest with people. This is not a good movie. This is not a movie that I'm probably going to watch again. I'll probably end up buying the Steelbook when it comes out of Best Buy, because those things sell out quickly, but just like with the New Mutants one, I'm probably never ever going to watch it again. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on Lightyear. Unfortunately, it didn't work for me. It didn't work for a lot of people. Some people liked it, and if you feel like it did, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe I'm not the right audience for it. Apparently, the kids really liked it, but yeah, just for me, it didn't work for me. And I went into this not with a huge Toy Story hype, not even with the real Buzz Lightyear Star Command hype. I just went in there wanting a good movie, and it didn't even give me that. So, yeah, I rambled for a long period of time, so that's my thoughts on Lightyear. Unfortunately, it didn't work for me at all, so... and I'm going to stop talking right now. So thank you guys for watching this episode of Movie Stop. If you want to see more episodes like this, check out the playlist on the next page. Check out the previous episode. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another new video. It'll be the new Time About the Movies episode. And I'll see you guys for the next Movie Stop episode next week as well. So thank you guys for watching. I'm getting out of here. I'm done rambling. So until next time I see you, take care. Oh, Lord Almighty.